it's me. So my BlueStacks just crashed, so I had to reinstall everything and I had to do a full clean install just to get this game properly working. But we're back. Today they actually released a new spawn, which will be Rosana, and she's actually a very good step up monster. And I'm also going to go over the debut treasure spawn monsters with Azur and Ortensia. So just sit back, relax, and yeah, hopefully this helps. So Rosana is going to be another light mon with all stat limit break. We currently have some Mahala, Yu Narakami, Beowulf, and now Rosana. So there's a lot of there's a lot of saturation in that category, but it's fine. What makes her really good is that she's also going to be cheaper than those other options. While US Collab, Beowulf was in a step up, and Summer Mahala is hot ass. Rosana is actually a very nice pickup if you're a very new player or you're trying to get into PvE. If you missed out on Yu Narakami, she's going to be a very good pickup. On top of the increased all stats by 200%, you also get elemental attack increased by 20, which is really good. And there's not a lot of light, dark, or star monsters that give you that elemental attack boost. There is Leonard, but Leonard doesn't give you 20, and most of the time you are going to want to keep savior element, so you don't want to throw Leonard for world. But yeah, she is a very good option. And on top of that, she also increases your status armor resistance by 60. Self-protection leaves a lot to be desired, but it's still solid nonetheless. Status armor resistance boosted by 50 is going to be her passive, which is the highest that we have now, because previously it was 45 from Dark Valk, but this is still very good. And for her hidden potentials, she does Team Twilight, which is really good. It's better than Team Rage, that's for sure, but there's not a lot much to say. She's just a really overall great monster. And for 250 gems only, if you get her from step 5, you can just stop right there. You don't need another one, because assuming that your guild or your friends do PvE with you, you probably have a couple of buddies that have you and Arakami or even Beowulf. So like, you only need one of her at most. And if you really want to keep going, you can spawn for another one and see if you get her in better stats if you got unlucky in this slot. So she's just a very good monster. I think she's very good, but obviously there's one more line that I would add that would make her even better. Like if you gave her a secondary team aura, if you gave her a special buff like Vital Strike or Absolute, anything else like that, and she would have been an instant comp. And she still is an instant comp if you're a new player, if you're somewhere in the mid game, if you're starting to get into PvE. I would still recommend highly getting her because she's just so good. But since we still have 2 weeks left in the anniversary, you can wait until more spawns get released. But going by tradition, we should be expecting one more monster like previous anniversary events, since we already have Rosana and we also have Azur and Ortensia. And speaking of them, Azur is going to be the PvP monster in this anniversary, and he is some hot dog ass. He is going to be a D-Prio, Unison, monster, throw, whatever. What does D-Prio mean? D-Prio means decreased activation priority. And what decreased activation priority is, when you throw this monster in a clash, and if your guild wins that clash, your opponent is still going to go before you because your monster is decreased activation priority. What this does is that your monster is going to go last even if you win the clash. So it doesn't matter if you win or lose, he is going to go last no matter what. So you have to survive so you can actually make use of him, which is very hard in this meta. And I'm not gonna lie, don't sweat it. PvP is successful full of degenerates, so like it doesn't matter. This guy is not worth picking up whatsoever, but I'll briefly go over him really quickly. He does time slice by 100 seconds, which is the highest that we've seen on a monster. He does slumber. He has a new line. He has a new skill effect, which is amplifies cost reducing effects by 50%, which is going to be the first time that we see it on a monster, but it's already been seen in a boss. I believe it was in the Persona collab, but this will be the first time that we see it in a monster. He also removes 50 cost from the enemies, time extend for all allies by 80 seconds, which is really good. Changes cost hold to 60, which is going to be his demerit, and self siege. Wicked Eclipse is going to be the anti-fuel that he's going to do alongside the other cost reducing effects to make it even more annoying and unbearable for the opponent. As for its passive, it's going to boost all the stats of all monsters by 60%. When he's in the main slot, this passive doesn't do anything noteworthy. It's just for gear chasing, gear score chasing. So this isn't important. Team Blessing is going to be his team aura in his pot 2, and this is the bare minimum he can offer because he doesn't do anything else that's noteworthy. The only thing that's really useful is the time extend, but you probably have better options for time extend, so this guy is out of the question. Abstraction resistance is very good, but yeah, that's about it. Ortensia is going to be the best monster from this anniversary in my opinion currently, because you also have one more monster going by the previous anniversaries, because we usually get 4. So Ortensia is going to be a Time Spirit Crest monster, and she has some similarities to Yu Narukami from Persona 4, where she does Team Overcast, she has a Spirit Crest, and she also does some sort of limit break. But for once, Time actually gets ability power limit break, which is going to be the first of her kind. So she increases the ability power by 100, and she also does critical hit ability power by 100 as well. So you do get the fusion as well for low level monsters, and you also get flank, which is going to be the most recent bubble that got released with Dark Valk from JP's anniversary, which is a very nice DPS bubble. For her passive, she only increases the HP by 100%, which is very, very bad. It's useless. This is very bad. But for her hidden potential, she gets Team Rage for all allies. Team Rage is mid on its own, but since it's paired with Overcast, it's actually pretty decent. So this gets carried by Overcast by a lot, and then it also gets extended by Overcast once it ends. She does get rejection resistance plus 60, which is very, very nice. As for the weapons, they're going to be Noble, which is currently the best weapon scaling proc, and they recover 10 cost, restore 10% of damage dealt as HP, and increases your damage dealt when performing a critical hit. It scales up to 7XL, and the proc rate scales up to 7XL as well. So overall, this is a very good weapon scaling proc if you need it, but obviously you can also use it as fodder if you're well off. As for the defense gears, it's going to be Duty to Defend, which isn't it's not that great compared to other defense gears that we've gotten. This is not as good as opening Resurrection and Dual Attack, but this can still be useful for like early PvE, early PvE quests, and like a very hard quest if you need to survive to get uni. This can help proc your main slot gears. And the Regen and Reflect not so much, but the Regen can be useful to heal you up a little bit, but it's just not that useful, to be honest. This can be used in PvP, but you will most likely be running the concentration plus damage reduction that you get from story. But yeah, you can leave this at SSR or get it up to 45 cost and max infuse it, because the stats on 45 cost here is insane. But this should not be a priority because it's not as useful as the other stuff in the spawn. For the treasure box contents, you can get either one of the monsters from the chests, and you can also get previous anniversary monsters like Lilith, Rook, Astaroth, and Mephisto, and previous anniversary gear as well from last year. This spawn is going to be on the more expensive side due to the fact that there's only 2 metal chests, and if you end up getting the jackpot, you're not going to get any medals from it because there are no medals in the jackpot. And the medals this time around are very, very low compared to previous treasure spawns. So if you do end up getting the jackpot early, that's going to set you back if you didn't pull any of the metal chests. Let's throw out the other chest because this one is going to be the worst one that you can get as well. And yeah, I don't think there's a lot much else to say other than the fact that there is a lot of packs that you can purchase. The only one that I would actually consider getting, this one is solid because you can get a free Minerva just like that. You won't be able to choose her stats, but it's still free technically because it's only 25 bucks plus tax. For this, you can just select highest cost fodder, because none of these weapons or defense gears are great, so just pick the highest cost fodder, whatever you need. As for this section over here though, this is the ticket pack that I think is the best one. It's a little on the pricey side for just the ticket and that's it, but not that. If you go here, you can see that you can pick the class of the weapons. Sure, you can't do like lance or scythe, but you're guaranteed triumph, which is currently one of the best elemental scaling procs. So if you do buy this ticket, make sure that you choose correctly. Don't fuck up. Don't choose the wrong one. And if you also end up getting lucky, you can get some obliterating along the way. So this pack is very good. However, it's a little pricey, but if you're looking to spend some and you're somewhat of a low spender or a regular spender, you can consider getting this pack because I think it's gonna elevate your sets a lot more. But yeah, I think that is about it. This spawn sucks, don't do it. And if you found this video helpful or informative, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord in the description down below. And if you have any questions, ask in the Discord or leave them in the comments section down below. Thanks for watching.